then, as I said, I might just I think you got those. You got that email, okay? And you with
Yeah,
those docs, I've got those docs up on my screen, so I just share my screen and I'll talk that through if you like,
yeah.
and that way you know what you're getting yourself in for. Give me 1 second. Okay, actually, that's just your website. Hang on, I've got it over here. Right. Yeah. So um, so just the audit really is just simply a desktop type thing, right? So what comes up simply when I must admit when I first got told, Anita rang me through. She said, "Oh, there's a cafe in Yarraville," and I thought she said Wills and Anderson. And you know how there's Will Anderson? I thought it was a play on his
Ah,
on his
yeah,
name or
yeah,
something. And so I think the first email I sent you, I might have said it was Wills, but I did do the search on where we just put your name in, right? We want to see what's coming up
yeah,
online across everything, and so. Um, the good news is the first thing that we want to see is generally your website, right? And then the fact that someone's established or you've established this Google My Business, fabulous lot of reviews, which is really good because we can use those. So that's 225 Google reviews. Have you still got access to your Google My Business?
yeah. Yes,
Yep.
yeah, I think, yep, yep,
Yep. So yeah, effectively, it looks like there's been a few photos uploaded there. But one of the best things you can do from a searchability is just throw in photos, right? So that what you find is the longest photos you can create. I don't know that the logo has been put on there, and I'm not sure this is the cover image. It's probably just the first image or the longest image that's been on there potentially is what tends to happen. But the other thing is that putting in Willis and Anderson Cafe, it's interesting because there's no ads sort of sitting up above you though either. So from a Google, sometimes you'll get ads from
yeah,
from other cafes perhaps competing in the area, that sort of thing. But in your case, at least when you put your name in, it doesn't sort of compete. If that's what. So all the things that come up are you. So the next thing
yeah,
is your Facebook page. Um, and then like most you sort of sit on Zomato because with these sort of Zomato type sites are often, and then TripAdvisor, right? So and even Foursquare, which is actually there's not even a thing called Foursquare anymore. It's actually called Swamp, I think.
okay,
But anyway, but that still sits in there. Um, and it looks like, so as I said, all of these things are kind of probably to a degree the industry that you're in. But in a way, most businesses used to be listed, it was almost directory sites, right? Particularly yellow directory and that sort of stuff before we had social media.
yeah,
What's a little bit unusual is that you don't have any other socials coming up. So you've got the two key players. Um, Facebook clearly is a social. Google
yeah,
is a search, but the fact that you're playing in those two, but then you've got no Instagram, which
yeah,
I know you've used, and
yeah,
there's no Twitter, there's no LinkedIn, which particularly from a catering, I think will be advantageous for you. I think I might have
yeah.
mentioned that to you the other
Well, I
day.
haven't done anything. Well, yeah, I really haven't done anything with LinkedIn, but Twitter I haven't really never used.
Yeah, yeah. Twitter's
Uh,
just a good thing to place you and be on, just on the
yeah,
basis that you get to own the name, and and you basically, like most of them, at least you own it. It's yours and it's consistent. So that's the search. As I said, it's good that you're coming up for what you'd expect to come up for, and the fact that you've got those. With the Facebook and the Google, it just probably just making them better is what I would say.
yeah,
Um, I don't know if I know you've done a bit of work with online people, but this is my two bobs, right? We've been taught to teach, we've been taught to read websites top left, Willis Anderson,
yeah,
down and up, right? So in terms of how we expect to sort of see things. So, because everything about what you do is very visual, so I like this. I think this is a great cover, and I think this sort of external should be the cover on everything. I think for something like your business, you want to make it really easy, particularly for the local to place you. Oh yeah, that's where those guys are. I've driven past that. I know where that is. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Whilst it's tempting to probably put a really nice serve of bacon and eggs and that sort of stuff, um, you might do that over time, but more so with the fact you might invite them in and you've got the back courtyard and that sort of stuff too. But to start with, I sort of like the idea, and I think this might be a transitioning one anyway, isn't it? Does it transition a number of different banners perhaps across? But
uh,
anyway,
yeah, yeah.
yeah. because we're typically lazy, if there's a way of getting your socials sitting up here,
Yeah.
see, as far as call to action, you've got view menu, join our community, and need catering are your sort of three call to action buttons, if you like, right?
Yeah.
Um, if I click on them, it probably just takes me further down the page. But then there's no, you know, potentially you should have your phone number sitting up the top here. We're lazy, right? We don't like
Yeah.
scrolling down or anything. So if you can have your socials and your phone number and potentially even your an email box or whatever up the top there
Does
that I
not
could click on.
contact us
What's that?
say
Sorry.
that, but does not contact us say the same as phone number?
Well, contact
Phone
us does, but it requires me to click on it, right? I don't,
number,
you know,
yeah.
sometimes when I do take a screenshot, it doesn't put everything in. No, but in your case, yeah, it requires me to go contact us, right? So all I'm
Yeah.
saying to you, you know, whatever it's just a small thing, but effectively, what I'm suggesting is it a WordPress? Do you know if it's a WordPress template? What sort of website is it? Do you know?
Uh, I think it is WordPress.
See,
I
see,
can't
often
remember.
what you'll find is all this information you've got here, and your icons down here can
Yeah.
actually sit on a top thread up here so that we
Yeah.
can see it no matter what page we're on, and it's always clear and we know immediately because everybody has their preferences. You know, us old boys just want to call. You know, the younger generation, yeah, they might want to go through to socials and that sort of stuff. Um, I try. I'm not saying mine's perfect, but just in terms of my website, again, is what I'm talking about is this sort of stuff here, right? So you can
Yeah.
put it up the top, so I don't have to go looking for it. Yes, I can. You can still click on contact for me, but it's there already. And then there is little plugins you can do around Messenger and that sort of stuff. But anyway, but having said that, from the perspective of does it portray you, and you are a cafe at the end of the day, you just want you want it to be appealing and professional enough to
Yeah.
sort of show that it does what it does, and it does that, as I said. But there's just some little tweaks that we can make
Yeah.
so that the
Yeah.
social media and the website sort of talk to one another and they're integrated. That's all.
Look, I've obviously I've had websites designed. So I've got two businesses. Kindred Cafe is my other business as well.
Yep.
Um, so what we do here, I'm hoping to push through to that
Yep.
as well. So I've had a guy who works down at Marmoset Digital, works
Oh yeah.
down
Yep.
at Kindred Studios anyway. So he's developed my
I think I
websites.
know Marmoset. Who's
It's
this?
Phil. Philip.
Philip. Yeah. I have a feeling. Yeah, I know they were actually also were they also on the suppliers. I have
Yeah,
a
they
feeling.
were. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Um, yeah,
So
so
yeah, that's
that's
sort of
good. So
been
effectively,
websites and yeah, mostly websites and
yeah,
sort of.
so I don't touch people's websites. I think I said that to you the other day. I
Yeah,
don't do the capture and convert sort of stuff. But I have a couple of people that I refer to that do all that sort of thing. But yeah, you'll be able to speak to him and sort of say, look,
yeah, he'll.
this is what's being suggested. Can you do this for me? You know what I mean? So,
Yeah, yeah.
and
So
he'll be
yeah,
able to,
he can do that.
and often they can do it quite quickly.
So
Um,
from my view, and I don't know if this is right, but I haven't done other than setting up a website. I haven't really done much. I don't do much through that because I find and I don't know if this is right or not, but I feel most of the interaction comes through social media, through Instagram and Facebook. With the industry that I'm in,
mm,
people might go on to look at a menu or whatever, or for catering they might click through that. But most of the interaction seems to come through Instagram
yeah,
and Facebook. Then
and look, and again, and I agree with you. It's not to say it's necessarily. Uh, I think what happens is there is exponential benefit for any entertainment, cafes and restaurants included, when they're on particularly the Facebook and Instagram, right? But you get exponential benefit and exponential intrigue because it's almost tailor made for that, right? That's not to say that but the website is still a really important vehicle for you because all the information, if you're only relying on socials, the problem with socials, and particularly for restaurants, is that Facebook's algorithm is so shit now. So you can
yeah,
have 10,000 people following you, but on a good day, maybe only 100 will see the post, right? So then they'd have so that because it's all about news feed, right? It's got nothing to do with how good your wall is. it's all about, are you getting into the feed, right? So
Yeah,
effectively, yes, we want to get as many people following you as possible, but we've got to be mindful of the algorithm that says that you're only going to get a percentage of anybody seeing whatever post that you're putting up, right?
yeah,
So hence, it's best having the content back online as well, so you get the benefits of both search and social, and then they can find out more.
yeah,
So yeah, so to your degree, it's worth. I think, as I said, there's some minor tweaks you can do.
yeah,
The one thing I would say that I think um, we're lacking at the moment, I'll talk to you a little bit later, but in terms of when we talk about the strategy, right? Because you would have heard about, and you sounds like you're well involved and you've done things before, but your content marketing is just the words you use and the images that you have, right? So the
yeah,
images and the words. At the moment, there's not a lot of image on your website around around the menu items that you have.
yeah,
I
yeah,
don't know if you've got those images. I think because you had someone doing it before, you may well have some. But if there was images for menu items, that's going to make
yeah,
my life a whole lot easier around being able to just post those menu items through, describing what they are, and why they're tasty, why you should come in and try
yeah,
them.
yeah,
And I know you got the cafe, the same with the coffee and that side of things, right? So at the moment, the more image rich it has, it helps me, but
yeah,
also if they're described back on a website, it helps from all sorts of other search benefits as
yeah.
well, right? Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah. Is that images and stuff like that? Should then are they updated? Like if, and this is one thing I need to do probably a bit more with my Uber and delivery platforms
Yep.
is put some more photos on there and get.
Well, that's the other thing is if you've got those images on other platforms, I just need to know where they are.
Yeah,
So
well,
that could be
most
the
things
case.
probably most of my images go through Instagram and push through to Facebook.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
the problem is, with because my menu updates every 3 or 4 months, it's sort of like all those images may not be relevant. And this is what I spoke to uh, Phil, who does the website. I said,
mm,
"Oh, I need to change my menu. Instead of giving it to him all the time, I need to be able to take ownership and adjust the menu." And that was whether I was looking. I don't know if you've dealt with Square. Um,
Squarespace.
no, not Squarespace. Just
Oh,
was it Square Up, the payment processing? Square.
oh, okay. Oh, in terms of payment side of things, yeah.
Yeah. So, well, they do. I think they have. I have the option there to do a QR code, which takes them to a menu. So I'm
Oh, yeah.
just
Oh,
thinking
yeah.
whether that you could have that on my website, which they would hit a button or a QR code, and it would take them to the current menu. So I don't have to update. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah,
I only
yeah.
have to
Yeah,
update one menu, and everything goes back to that instead of me updating my menu through my Square system, my
yeah, yeah.
point of sale, and then having to update the menu on the website as well.
Yeah, well, I guess the reality is it sounds like wherever you tell me I can find the menu and the imagery around it, effectively, I'll then go and I'll use the right images and the right
Yeah,
description because that's where it can fall on its face otherwise, and so that I don't use the right image against the what the actual item is. That's all.
yeah, yeah,
So that sounds like you're going to have them. It's just a matter of where we work out how I get
yeah,
access to them
yeah, yeah,
and make sure that the information goes with it. Now,
yeah.
I couldn't find you. Are you on LinkedIn by any chance?
Look, I will personally. I think I am.
Yeah, I
But
couldn't.
see, I don't know what Ivy's down there. But she's left
Yeah, yeah. So
a few
essentially,
months ago.
this was when you do a search of Willis and Anderson Cafe. That's the only thing that comes up is the Ivy.
Yeah,
So no one else was sort of showing. So effectively, what we can do, as I said, I couldn't find you, but it may just be because you're not associated with the cafe,
yeah,
albeit that I did put your name in. So, but we just make sure that you're kind of all star businessman owner of da, 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 and we
yeah,
create the actual cafe's company page on LinkedIn, which is what we post through. And as I said, what I've found with others in the restaurant and cafe type businesses, if you're looking and you do, which you do, catering, it's often a very good way of getting additional catering opportunities. So
Yeah.
particularly if you're connecting with local schools, businesses, whatever it might well be, so um, and that's you personally, but then bringing them in and getting them to follow pages and that sort of stuff, right? So,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
anyway, we'd go through that side of things, just so you know, um, making sure that it's just like your calling card nowadays. You understand that. Um,
Yeah.
uh, yeah. So, and as you mentioned, I think it was sort of fairly obvious that you'd had quite a bit, or you'd had someone doing it up until I think about August. It was sort of been a bit
Yeah.
inactive since then.
Yeah.
Um, and I think maybe I didn't mean I didn't double check this to know that that was the case. But as I said, a menu item probably is better posted. I reckon at the moment I'd be suggesting it's all your covers are all the same across the board, and they marry up with what your banner is on the website, which is pretty much the outside exterior of the cafe. Yeah,
Yeah.
and we'll be posting for you every second day, so it'll be Monday, Wednesday, Friday, basically, and we
Yeah.
talk about what that might look like, but. For argument's sake, it might be a menu item or a special. It might be a in the midweek might be something to do with coffee because I know you're coffee specialist as well. And then Friday might be about you or your testimonials, and you've got a squillion of them. So the testimonials could be done once a week as well. Basically, other people saying how awesome you are. But yeah, it's obvious at the moment, particularly given the period we've had over the last few years. If you go from sort of posting to then stopping, people can often think you've gone out of business. So it's
Yeah.
probably good that we kind of fire up again and let people
Yeah.
know that you're all,
Yeah.
that
Well,
things are happening.
that was what we spoke about yesterday with the issue linking
Yeah,
the because most of those other ones were done through Instagram and just pushed through to, you know,
yeah.
book.
It sounds like it, as you said. It's we'll work that out because
Yeah.
that's the Instagram page. I liked actually whoever did do this part for you. I really liked the way they did your contact info up the top here. That's very nice. But we're
I'll
largely just going to be
yeah.
what we would be posting through is just images similar to this, and often people make the other good thing that they've done, as you said, is the food looks good and the drinks and that sort of stuff. You really get a good sense of what it's all about. So your Instagram certainly is your showpiece page at the moment. There's no doubt about that. I did notice that you kind of went off to Linktree, which again sort of gives me some ideas and understanding of where I'd find then the best place to get your stuff as well, right? So uh, and then, yeah, as you said, there's no Twitter, but that doesn't so we would just set that up um, for you with you. Um, that's your Google Map, and that's where you got all those reviews. Um, yeah, and so well, clearly someone or some for some reason, maybe it is just because it's a cafe, but often you have to let people know how you to get reviews. So you have a bit of a review link there that you can send people as well as on your Facebook page. But
Yeah.
clearly at the moment, it's not a problem. You're getting reviews, and they all seem to be pretty good too, which is great.
Yeah, there's a couple of. I normally try and respond to the negative ones, but
Yep.
it's tough. And I had this conversation the other day with someone that it's the power of social media these days that gives someone the ability to destroy a business in the matter of a couple of sentences is quite scary. You know.
Well, and as you said, I I don't know if you probably would have seen that SeaWorld helicopter crash last week,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I actually set up their and professional helicopter services social media. I don't know 4 or 5 years ago. It was the people that used to run Secure Corp, but and subsequently I stopped doing it for them maybe 2 years ago, I think.
Yeah.
But they had an incident back then where professional helicopters had one come down. Right. Fortunately, at that time, no one died, right? There
Yeah.
was a couple of old boys that I don't think they got too injured, but effectively it made news. But the difference between making news and
Yeah.
everybody chipped in, oh, this company's a great company. This is very unfortunate how it happened. But
Yeah.
then if someone dies, you've got a whole world of pain around,
Yeah.
as you
Yeah.
said, in terms of what can happen. But I think in the main, your reviews, I mean, everybody knows and understands that you're pretty much going to get 4 and 5s if they enjoyed it,
yeah,
or you're going to get ones and twos if they've got a gripe.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's the main thing. But
It's the old thing, sort of go, well, if you're happy, tell everyone. If you're not happy, tell me. Like,
that's right.
and it's sort of like, well, what's your intention?
Hmm.
If you had a bad coffee, well, do you really need to tell everyone that I had a
Yeah,
bad
yeah, yeah,
coffee once? Do you know what I mean? And
yeah.
it's I said it's quite
But
frustrating, and
yeah,
and
I
the,
think particularly as you said, as a business owner, that's frustrating. I think from someone that's just had a quick look at it now, my immediate impression would be, shit, this must be a pretty good place. So
yeah,
many reviews. It would be obvious if most of those reviews were low. Most people aren't going to go scrolling through your reviews to see where your
yeah,
low ones are.
yeah,
So you're all good. And then the other one we set up, just because it's another Google product, is a YouTube channel for you. Um, it just in actual fact, YouTube creates almost the best landing page because it gives you the capacity to put a cover on, put all your social media links in,
yeah,
branded and that sort of stuff. And nowadays, it's almost as easy, isn't it? Just to do a 10 seconds, 15 seconds, or whatever, 5 seconds, 3 seconds, as far as imagery, rather as well as it is with pictures. So they're all the social medias that will either create or sort of update for you.
yeah,
Um, and I think, as you said, you're across all of those. Um, what I just thought I'd do is just explain what our model is, because you were sort of asking this the other day a little bit, and this is on that back page of just that proposal side of things.
yeah. I
Um,
saw that. Yeah.
yeah. So sounds like you've been in business. How long have you been running cafes and things?
Oh, look, on and off for 25 years, 30
Jeepers.
years now.
Yeah. So there you go.
Not full time. Full time probably last 10 years
Yeah,
on and off.
awesome. So
Yeah,
effectively, I don't have to tell you that, businesses, ultimately it starts with it being a good business in the first place, knowing who the customer is, having decent, good offers, or at least comparable offers. What makes you unique? I can see a few things already just from what I had a look at, in terms of around the specialty coffee. I think location's another thing. The fact that you've been in business for a long time, clearly all help. And I mentioned before, content marketing, which you've probably heard the term, and is just the words we use and the images, right? And on social media, particularly, the best images are real. And even on your Instagram, I could see already they're good images, right? So we might watermark them, but at the same time, we don't typically do overly Canva tiles or anything along those lines, because it can often reek of salesmanship. It's not as big a problem, as I said, in the industry you're in, because most people, it's, as I said, it's almost like entertainment. But often you will see others where it's heavily graphicked, and it can get penalized by Facebook, although they used to more so, but it gets penalized by people just going through their feed, and all of a sudden it's heavy graphic, and people go, what the heck? I was just wanting to see what Julie and John did yesterday, sort of thing. You know
mhm,
what I mean? Anyway, social media sits sort of up the top here as part of that communications, like those directory sites that you're part of. Could be business networking, could be email marketing, could be SEO. Um, and basically, it's one form of communications. I typically, in my way of thinking, there's two main reasons to do any communications, marketing communications, being to get new customers, but equally to keep the customers you've already got. So retention or new, right? So the day-to-day type posts that we do, and as you said, particularly where you've already got followings on Instagram and such, they're largely done to get people come again tomorrow for your coffee, or come again next week for your lunch, whatever the case might be. Whereas paid promotion is to get to people that don't know you yet.
yeah.
So effectively, and I think you said you spent some money around paid promotion. I don't know.
Yeah, we did on some of those Facebook ads. They were done when I had the other company. But as I said, like I've got 4,500 followers on Instagram. But
Yeah, yeah,
people, I've had other people come and say, "Oh, we can get you all these followers." I don't want followers. I want customers.
yeah, yeah.
At the
So
end of the day, people need to follow you, but I need to convert them not to
yeah,
look at me. No use having someone in America follow me if they're not
no,
coming.
well, that
You know,
suggests that it wasn't targeting the right people if that was the case. Yeah, no, I am.
yeah,
I think I think people often have and as I said, I've been doing it for a little while, so people perhaps have a sense of what it a different expectation of what it can actually do than what it can do, if that makes sense. So I see you very similar. I've just in the last I don't know, probably 3 or 4 months, just started doing roll-in car wash. You know, in Maidstone, you've seen seen the car wash place on Ballarat Road. And there's not too many car washes around, right? So I guess in his way, the competition isn't as great as, say, for a
Yeah.
cafe, but it's not too dissimilar in terms of what we're trying to achieve. Realistically, we don't. We just want you to know it's there, and basically, and so our main push is just basically around awareness. And yes, if you want to find out more, here's the details on how you can contact us and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
But the reality is, you want to make sure people know that where you are and how they can come in and book and do whatever they want to do. So, yeah, I don't see in general. I wouldn't have seen cafes and restaurants as a cafe as a capture and convert type business. It doesn't seem to me to be a capture and convert business. It's more about the fact as you get weighted numbers knowing of you, and really we want them to book. You know, effectively that's the main thing. You know, that would be
But
my
isn't
sense
then
anyway.
having either off running offers or call to actions the same as you would other
Yeah.
to get people to come in and try you? Whether that's a, like I offered we set up a birthday club
Hmm.
so people got in, put their birthday on, so during the month of their birthday or within 4 weeks of their birthday, they get to come in and have a $25
Oh
voucher.
yeah. Yeah.
The issue with that is, I would have thought, from birthday, hey, come taking the family or friends down. I've had so many done, and people have come down there by themselves. Now, I don't know whether that's sad for the person that they have to come and have
Yeah.
have a breakfast or a meal
One-off
by
birthday.
themselves and not share it with other people, or whether they're just going,
That
well,
is very
you
sad.
know,
But what I would say, I might have said that with if you anything along those lines, I always suggest to replicate it on the website, right? So if you've got any promotion
yeah,
that you want to offer along those lines, um, yeah. So for what we do, as I said, I'm not a digital agency per se. I'm not going to write your ad. I do write the ad copies and create the a little animation, but effectively I expect it to be out more, the full details. Often you need terms and conditions potentially, um, need to be available on the website. And again, it just helps you from
yeah,
did you know on your birthday we send everybody if they're part of our community, which I think, you've got that. That's probably what that is. Is that how when people
yeah,
join your community, that's their sign up? Is that how that's
yeah,
happened?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Got you. And I think what you'd want to do, and I don't know if it's not clearly evident on that, right? So I kind of maybe looked at that, um, and maybe it would have been more evident where was it? Where do we see that join our community? It's on the
On the front
homepage, isn't it?
page, yeah.
Um, yeah. So see if, yeah, there you go. Okay. So when I click on it, it tells me why I want to join your community. Yeah. Okay. Well, that makes
Yeah.
sense. I might as well do that. Hang
And
on.
maybe I have some more. I don't
Make
know.
sure
It's
I
sort
get
of
it.
stuff you put on the front that it's not too.
But I would have that in your about, and I would describe, we've got a growing community. When you join our community, blah blah blah. And it only needs a sentence or two, right?
Yeah,
Um, and look, yes, getting $20 birthday is a compelling reason, arguably. I'll just make sure it all works, and I'll add myself to it, so I'm getting them. Um, my birthday's a long way away. That's the only problem. I guarantee you, I wouldn't come down by myself.
well, I said it was just, it's so now I've got which is not a problem. It's just
Oh,
revisit that and go, well, when you come, when you spend $50 or more, you get 25. So the idea was, if you come in with two or three people, you'll, I would still make some money on the other. So it's not
yeah.
just a,
I would
yeah,
I would literally have, if you haven't got it already, and again, it's probably a marmoset thing. Maybe you need to ask if
yeah,
you can't do it yourself. But I would basically have join our community as the next part down here underneath that coffee, and basically by joining our community, you will, not only will you get latest specials and deals and things, we'll even do this on your birthday, da da da. and we're going to go and do this, this, and this. So just maybe, a bit like the ones above, right? It's really two sentences or a paragraph that just says, what do I get when I join your community? Because as you said, people aren't going to naturally do it if they just think I'm joining your. It was good when you click it that you've actually got there. It tells me
Yeah.
I get that $25 for my birthday. That's good.
Yeah.
But I'd actually have it down here. And again, and that's just become something I can immediately across social media. It's something you'd probably promote. But again, it, we don't want to just replicate the same issues. I would have it as part of the offer. Yeah, you can join but it's not the whole offer and what we'd advertise, right? You'd basically advertise that we're here, book, and by the way, if you join our community, you also get this on your birthday sort of thing. So
Yeah.
that's just the copywriting we might use. Um, Actually, why did I go back to there? Anyway, I've forgotten. But anyway, um, I can't remember. Uh, but I think I made my way to here. So what I was going to say is that, so yeah, we do. The only thing that people often get a little confused around personal profiles. The only personal profile we typically uh, get sort of all star, if you like, is the LinkedIn profile for people as the owner of the business. But everything else, it's about the business. And so these are the social medias that we set up down here.
Yeah.
Typically, particularly from particularly any Facebook ads, your prospects typically look like your existing customers, so they probably live X amount away from where in Yarraville or beyond. How far beyond? They're potentially of a different, of a particular age. They're particularly a foodie, that sort of stuff that you can sort of put into a saved audience, which we can do. But then, as I said, we use a website to social media uh, repurposing strategy. Having said
Yeah.
that, you've got multiple, so it doesn't matter if the menu's housed on a particular somewhere else, then I can take it from there. I just need to have access to where the content is, and then make the intent being share it to here to get them back to here or to the phone or to the email or direct message, however you want to be contacted to be booked, right? So, but yeah, so that's what like I was saying before, we put a bit of pixel code. If you may already have that, but we put a bit of pixel code or give you the pixel code to have put behind your website so that we can
Mm.
measure how much, or we know how many flares are going through, which just means how many people are going through the site, basically.
Yeah.
Um, and as you've got, we suggest having decent call to action buttons. But also there is some little social media feeds, which say for you, if we and when we get Instagram, if that's the main one, then that's probably the feed you might want to show down the bottom, right? So that people can see that feed and what you're
Yeah.
posting. Um, and then there is a little, clearly a chat button you can also do. Um, it sounds like you're not typical, but mind you, restaurants and cafes are more likely to be on social. But yeah, less than 50% of small businesses are on social media. And of them, 30%, and that would be a Facebook page,
Mm.
and of them, less than 30% have ever tried advertising. So effectively, what you finish up with is a fairly lousy landing page, right?
Yeah.
Um, uh, and so hence we think there's some competitive advantage around doing it. Your costs are covered for the first 3 months from the council in terms of setting it up. The ongoing sort of post for the first few months. The only thing you have to cover off is the ads, which go straight to Mark
Yeah.
Zuckerberg. So effectively, that's something we would set up. And I think you were sort of effectively what we would give you. We use a particular scheduler called Publer, which enables us to schedule to the 5 platforms. And
Uh,
effectively, we just give you the train tracks of what
yeah.
we would do. And then if you, after that period of time, then wish to do that yourself,
Yeah.
you can upgrade your own Publer. We put you into our paid Publer, but
What's it called?
it's called
Pablo?
Publer, Publer, and I'll send you a link for that because we do set you on the free version in the first instance, but we
Yeah.
just upgrade it into our paid version.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but like anything that you do, and you've done it for a while, you want to make sure that you feel like you're getting some return on investment, particularly on the
Yeah.
ongoing
Yeah.
stuff that you're doing, right?
Yeah.
And you asked me
So at
before,
the moment, I was using, as I said, I was using later,
yeah,
um, but I haven't been able to use.
yeah, you
Yeah, I
mentioned,
haven't been able to schedule that for
Yeah, yeah.
for
Well, have a look at you. I want to have a look at yours behind in a second because I realistically, you've already got all this, but just so you're asking before in terms of, why are we doing it? We want to protect your equity in these social media accounts and online, add more value to you, differentiate you from competitors, be top of mind with the people you want to be top of mind with, and increase
yeah,
business opportunities. Right? Um, we do this session and having done the audit in the first place. So that's all part of the grant.
yeah,
Um, then you and I need to, if we can, find 5 hours. Basically, it's a 3 plus 2 hour day
yeah,
where we do the setup and a revision, and then we do
yeah,
some planning around. Both connecting, but also your Facebook ads manager and just a schedule of posts. What will go out when, that sort of thing.
yeah,
Um, and then we get on and we manage, as I said, for those 12 weeks once we've done the setup and planning session. So that's what you get. So that's good. Um, any questions sort of around that side of things?
no, look, not at this stage. I said I flicked through that this morning, had a bit of a look through, yeah, sort of
Yeah.
those things. So,
So probably
uh,
the next step for us would be just to consider a time that you'd be available. You've had a bit of a, oh, we didn't get a break, but you had a bit of time out over the holiday. But would you have a day that would normally suit you if we were going to
yeah, look,
spend time together?
Tuesdays, I generally take Tuesdays. Well, I've been trying to take Tuesdays
Okay.
off to do all my business sort of stuff, business entrepreneurial.
Yeah, well, perfect. Tuesdays, Thursdays are usually my go-to days as well. So Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays as a back one. But it sounds like a Tuesday might work. So you just let me know when the next Tuesday best suits, and I'd need to check. But yeah, that would be the only
Next
thing.
Tuesday, if I can just organise it for next Tuesday, if that suits you.
Yeah. The only thing is, when you do these things ages in advance, and I've got to go in and get things cut out of me on from
Uh,
Williamstown Dermatology. I think at 9:30 next Tuesday. So
uh,
it just means that we'd probably have to do it
what about
after that.
Monday?
What's that?
So
Sorry.
afternoon, or do you
Yeah,
want to
yeah,
make?
yeah, yeah. So normally we do it from 9:30. I've got a 9:30 appointment, which is I
Uh,
think the earliest I could get. We could we could basically. Would you be okay to go from say 11 to 4:30, something like that?
yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, we
Will you
allow
be
it.
okay to go though?
What's that? Sorry.
Will you be okay to go?
I'll be okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I might not look as attractive as I do now, but just a regular thing where you get certain little spots cut out and different
Yeah,
things. Um, yeah, no, that will work. That'll work. So that's fine. So let's go with that, and I'll then send you all the details and things through. But
yeah,
so I've written that down there, and I'll make sure I'll send you a calendar, and we have a checklist that we'll go through and all that sort of stuff. So you don't need to. I think I said to you before, I'm going to have a look now because we're reverse roles in terms of who shares screen. But yeah, you don't have to feel like you have to ready anything. Often you'll find that it's easier if we do it together.
yeah,
So I'll just stop sharing my screen. If you want to go down on the bottom there, you've got share next to the mic, and then it'll just ask you, yeah, there you go, and see if you go, that email that I sent you, or even if you go to your Facebook and you want to show me, just go to a tab up the top.
um,
Well, actually, there's your emails there. See how you got your email second tab along? Is it? Oh no, or is that
yeah,
your pay? What's that one? Click on
yeah,
that one.
nice, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Go. You go to. Can you find something at the email that I sent that actually had yeah, one of these ones. That one. Yeah, there. Let's just right click on that Meta Business one. I want to see what comes up. Okay. So let's just log in with Facebook. See at the bottom it says log in. Okay. There you go. It looks like it's remembering you. Okay, cool. And then just on the left hand side, just click on that up above where it says Willis and Anderson. Click on that arrow, yeah. Um,
Yeah.
and next to Willis and Anderson, see how there's that wheel? Just go across and click on the wheel for me.
So that's obviously that Facebook.
Yeah,
Oh,
so that's
that's
okay. Yeah,
Facebook.
so let's click on the wheel first, though.
Yeah, this is the issue that this is the account that I don't know who's the owner of. Well, like I said, I should be the owner, but I don't know who's got control of it.
Yeah,
It
so
says
you look like okay. So let's in this business account, um, in this business account on the left hand, oh, up the top, just go business account info. Click up the top in the. Oh no, sorry, just there. Yeah, that one. And then go edit. That one there. Which that part doesn't give you. You can actually put your little icon, but we'll do that later. Just go cancel. Um, go to business settings up above it. So see how it's. Oh yeah, it's fine.
that one. Is that right? Right.
Yeah, no, I think there's more than there's always a couple of ways to get to it. You went the left. Okay, cool. Okay, add accounts. Yeah, so underneath accounts, go to pages. See where it's got the drop down. So this is probably what you've tried to do. Just click on there and go add a page. Type in Willis and Anderson. Yeah, click on that and go add page. Cannot claim this page. You're not an admin, or you only have access via an agency. Okay, which is what you were saying. Okay, let's go close. Yeah. Actually, out of interest, go to Instagram accounts. Down below apps. Go add Instagram because you can sign into Instagram, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So just click on connect at your Instagram account. So at least you could put your Instagram in here potentially. If it's not sitting in a business manager, although it probably is sitting in a business manager, is what you've said, I think. Yeah, just click on that. Okay. Okay. Just click on yeah, that over there. Yeah.
Finish.
Yeah, go finish. Yep. Okay, go okay. Yeah. Instagram. Okay. So Instagram, Willis and Nancy. So is that Stephen Palomara who you don't know who it is?
No, so that Lazar and Stephen were he's White Line Digital. He was the two guys that were helping me out
Yeah.
with my marketing. So I haven't removed them yet because there was some. I didn't want to remove
Yeah,
people.
no, that's right. I think it's not a bad
Oh,
idea. Yeah, don't let's not get rid of them yet. Let's go go to the what I get you to do actually. Um, oh, we're going to be able to do this in the session, but it might be things that we can do early. Um, go to people. Go to people again for me up the top under users on the left hand side.
yeah.
Okay. So Emily. So who's still in the business?
Well, these were all from the other marketing company.
Okay. So admin access finance editor. Just go on the right hand side with your own access. Go edit. Admin. Okay. Developer. Okay. Actually, just close that. Yeah, so that you can close that box. That's fine. I wonder if there's any advantage to putting me in now. But let's just click next to Meta Business Suite. So the tab on the left, as in the one you've got the third from the left hand side, on the right up the top, the tab, the next Meta Business over on the right up the top.
Uh,
So the tab, right up where you've got sign
oh,
into Gmail.
yeah,
That one there. That's it.
yeah,
Perfect. Um, let's click on that W again on the left hand side. Yeah, and then where you have got it, click on your account, which is Willis and Anderson Facebook page, the one down the bottom. It's got 14.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. And then just go click on page settings for me on the left hand side underneath insights. It's got page settings. Yeah. Yeah. I wonder why that went. So just refresh again. I wonder if that's because it thinks you're still in. Turn home. You just go home again. Turn home. All right. Possibly because it's like just go manage Facebook page on the top, up the top. Yeah, and it's got manage Facebook page. See there?
Yep.
Click on that because it's under new experience, I guess now. Just go, yeah, switch now to start manage it on the right hand side. See how it's got switch now? Yeah. Okay. And then on the left hand side, so yeah, sorry, close that little dialogue that just said switch to. Yeah. Um, just go Meta Business Suite there for me on the left hand side. Yeah. So this is back where we were the first. If you click on that page settings, that was what was going. There was an error, right?
Yeah.
That's strange.
I don't know why that's. So what is it saying that it's got me here for your personal account as opposed to there?
Try the other one, but no, that's different. Okay.
And ads.
Hmm.
So I don't
Just
know.
you just close. Just
One, two, hang on. This was the the conversation I'd been having with Facebook. So these are all the sort of things, sort of telling me what I can and or what the issue was with that. So I'd
so
had,
there's a case already. Um,
yeah,
so can I? I'm going to get you to do, which, as I said, I don't normally do it, but otherwise, I don't want to. I don't want you and I to get together and we just have a messed up
yeah,
day because this takes up all of our time. What I
yeah,
might get you to do, I'm just going to quickly send you. It's a bit horse before the cart, but I just want you to copy and paste a few things for me, right? So, I'll go. I'm just going to invite you to Basecamp, which is the project management thing that software that we use, just to keep all the information in one place.
yeah.
Um,
Is that through email? You send me an
yeah,
email.
you'll get an email request in a second. Yeah, give me 1 second. I'll just send you, and I'll send it to your contact at email.
Yeah.
I'm just going to get you to copy a few of these links. We might actually do a couple of things. I got to. Have you got 15 minutes or so?
Yeah, yeah, man. I'm got plenty of time. Well, not plenty of time, but I
Yeah,
have
no,
time.
I get you. It's all right. No, as I said, I just think if we might do a couple of things, or at least I can get some info now. It might help us, so we
So,
can
so
hit.
basically, Meta's come back and said, "This is what you need to do: is I need to provide documentation saying, that disputing the admin role, and they want,
Yeah,
IDs and all that to go
because it's a
through."
little unusual. We can't see who the admin is on it. Um, okay, so you'll get a little invite to Basecamp now. If you go to your Gmail, yeah, click on that. and then just click on accept this invitation to get started. Yeah. And then you can go with your make a new login with my email, and just use your contact at so it's Brett.
Just
Yep.
me, just my name, just
Yeah,
Brett.
Brett. Yep,
Uh,
correct.
and
And yeah, whatever you maybe use a password that you've got for other social medias or for that you use. Um, I'm going to give you a couple of passwords for the shared ones, which is generally Instagram and Twitter. But everything else, you'll just use what you would normally use. So even if you used what you used to sign in to Facebook, for instance,
uh,
so that you know you won't forget it.
yeah. Everything's different, isn't
Yeah.
it? um, so is this? Sorry, this is Basecamp. I just have to make.
Basecamp, that's it. Yep. So then what I get you to do, well, you might as well save that up the top right, given it looks like you're on the same equipment. That way, next time it'll predict it. Um, and then if you click on that little box that says WAC on the top there.
Um, on that.
So as
Yep.
I said, we're doing this a bit early, but what I'll get you to post the message, right? So I'm going to, up the top, it says it got post a new message. In the discussions, there's a little button that says post a new message. Further down, yeah, down next to
Yep.
discussions there. That's it. Click on that. Yeah. And I want you to just do uh, Facebook business. Just call it Facebook business dash space dash Meta and Insta issue. We'll just call it for now. And you don't have to make this tidy, but I'm just going to get you to do a couple of things. So the first thing is connection issue. So the first thing is what a couple of things that we went through in the first place, right? So let's just write Facebook page.
Yeah.
Yeah, go Facebook page there. Facebook page. I'm just going to get you to copy the URL for me. So if you go back to up the top, yeah, there, yeah,
Fine.
yep, that's it. See on the right hand side, it's got next to edit, it's got manage. Can I get you to actually just copy and paste that URL first?
Sorry.
Oh, I'll go back. Oh, yeah, you've already clicked on this. No, that's okay. Now, while we're in this part, that's fine. Just scroll down on the left hand side underneath events. Can I get you to go on the left hand side? It's got page access. Can I get you to click on that? Yeah, okay. So scroll down, business access. So who is this? So that's the one you don't know who it is, right?
No.
Okay,
And
so
that's what I mean. So my page is sitting under
it's
that.
sitting under them, right? So just
Business
copy all of that, right? Um, so copy the Willis and Anderson, the Meta Business Account ID, and all that sort of. So I have the number as well, and just paste that into Basecamp for us. Uh, so underneath business account.
How much do you want
Oh
of the
no,
page?
so as in, are you able to just not screenshot it?
Okay. Yeah.
Just click on that, and then just actually copy the number, basically.
How do you want
So
me?
if you run your cursor over the W and just drag it, you should be able to copy and then paste it for me.
Sorry, underwear.
So it's where that number is. The ID is
Yeah.
606. Yeah. So
Yeah.
all I just want to know is what that Meta ID, which I'm sure is what you've told Facebook, right? It's sitting under an account with the ID
Yeah.
688. Yeah. Is it not letting you sort of copy it?
No, not unless I could do
There you go.
highlight and
Cool.
coffee. Is that what you're saying?
That's it.
And you want that put into the other?
Yeah, just go back to Basecamp there. Yep. Just underneath it, maybe drop and drag. Just go enter, then just go paste. Yeah, Meta business account. What I do is I'll get you to go back to Facebook there. Up the top,
Did you want my the URL link?
yeah, so no, going back to where you were, so on the left-hand side, let's see whether you um, see how it's got, scroll down. It looks like you can invite others to this. So page access underneath events again. Click on page access. Yeah, you're getting there. Underneath
Yeah.
events, page access, yeah. Add new on the right-hand side. Yeah, go next. And let's go Stephen with a V, Stephen space G for Gary, space Hubbard, Hubb. There we are, that second person down. Yeah. This is my, and if you give me full control on it and go give access, oh, you need to put your password in again.
Hang on, I'm going to change that actually.
It, it did a predictive one. Was that not it?
I'll go back to that.
Yeah, see that one there?
Okay, I'll see whether that works. Yep. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Let me. While I'm looking at that, you can just you can. Well, we know the settings, so we don't need to save the page. I'll just check that I get that email. That's all. Give me a
Yeah.
second.
Just
Uh,
check that. My brother, I tried to, and my brother was helping me as well because he does a bit in
yeah.
IT. And I'd sent him an invite, and he couldn't get it either, or he didn't get it actually.
Okay. Okay.
Whereabouts are you based, Stephen?
I'm just sitting in sunshine at the moment, but normally I'm just in Footscray near Whitten Oval.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Yeah, so I mix up between the home office and the co-working space here in Brimbank.
Right. Okay.
Um, it still hasn't come through for some reason. Oh, you know what? I reckon it probably has, but it's the good old school way of, because it's not in a business manager. It's not going to send me an email. It's just going to be a notification, I reckon.
So this is what I had an issue with initially. I don't know if you can see this still now, but it had there for some reason it had me removing myself as an admin. And I don't know why I would have done
Whereas,
that.
oh yeah, I've just accepted that. Sorry, give me 1 second.
This is the page management history.
Okay, where are we? Okay, removed. So where are you? What happened?
So down here, it said on the 13th of May, for some reason, it's saying I removed as an admin. I don't know why I would have removed myself as an admin. It doesn't make sense. So I don't know whether that was about the time
It
I had the.
doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't say. So this, but see, it's basically telling you on the right hand side who did it. It doesn't say
Yeah.
who was removed as an admin. So how
Well,
do you know that was you?
I've removed myself as an admin.
Removed as an admin. No, you did it. Okay. Yeah, but because it's under the thing, you've clearly got admin again now, right? So
Yeah,
um,
well,
so that in itself
but
is
whether I don't.
okay.
The issue, oh, well, this is the weird part is that this had been working up until around about this day. I had this other company come in, so
Yeah.
I had access and I had authority or right to post, connect Instagram and Facebook together, and I was posting. It was working, and then for some reason it just stopped working. So I don't know.
I wonder if did I see that you've got two different ways of signing into Facebook? Two emails?
Uh,
Because that would be the only thing is it looks unusual that
I mean, my Facebook is it's generally traditionally you had to be set up through your personal, didn't it? It had to be.
well, you do. That's right. Yeah. So if you click on Meta Business Suite, actually no, let's not do that. Before we do that, let's just go back to page access on the left hand side. Um, there, yeah. Okay, actually, you should be able to refresh that. I've accepted that now, so that should show me as on there. Okay. Then
Yep.
the other thing is on the left hand side. Let's underneath page quality go advanced. I don't know if it's advanced messaging, but it won't let you go to the meta business. That's the weird thing that I don't quite understand. Because normally you'd at least be asked to. I want to see what happens if I go. Given you've given me access now. What happens if? Just bear with me. So I've got
Yep.
access to the business page now. If I go all tools, yeah. See, if I go, you get a message that you can't basically go to the page settings. It's super unusual that it doesn't have capacity to. Um,
And the
any,
problem is a lot of this is because Facebook's changed over to Meta, all the
it's that meta side of things, correct?
yeah, and there's no you can't. I was trying to search up and like through YouTube videos and that, and nothing's been updated. It's all the old stuff.
Yeah. Okay, everybody's got really high high level of on it, but the community manage. See on the bottom. See at the bottom? You've got scroll further down. Actually, what's it got further down? You got this business just on where the three dots are. This is what I think you've already done, right? But you request access, right? Release from business account. A
Yeah. So
request has
the
been
question,
sent and is pending. But when you send that, you don't know who or where that was sending to, right?
no. So
Yeah.
whether it was some email that somebody set it up initially and they're no longer using that email or whatever, it's going into
Mm,
space somewhere. I would assume.
yeah. It's um. It's really It's really unusual that you can't create real go live. That we can't uh, add the insta's not there.
So
Um,
why is it that if I've got like admin roles and that I can't see or I can't see an email that this is connected to? Is there no way?
s- um,
Do you know what I mean? And normally, if you set something up in the account settings, it'll have the
yeah,
email.
normally you would get a well, as I said, at the moment, the thing is that generally people will know who and when it got put into a business account, right? So you didn't. There's not, as you said, you think it was around about a particular time. Have you checked your email from Facebook around if whether there was something that such and such now has access to or now manages the business? Did you ever get anything along those lines? You don't.
Yeah,
Well,
no, I've
clearly,
had
if you had, you would probably
yeah,
know.
I've had nothing come through in Facebook. Sorry, in my emails. We're going to most of the stuff comes through into socials, doesn't it? So there's like nothing.
on Gmail. Um,
Nothing's in,
can I
in.
just in your search your emails, just write meta space business, meta business, or actually, it's, look at your account, create a new login on your Instagram. It's the other thing you might be able to do. Have you tried signing in on your Instagram?
So when I go in through Instagram, I basically, and I go, it says, and I try and hit the thing. It says I've got to go and connect. So you go through Instagram and you go through edit the profile.
Most
And
things are best done on the phone, right? So rather
yeah,
than try and do them on here, but you're logged into this part at the moment, right? So if you click on the little icon on the top right, yeah, and then you go settings underneath appearances, go
yeah,
settings, yeah, and this is saying switch to a personal account, right? Um, that might be one way of releasing it from the business account in the first place.
but this is not connected to the business. The Facebook page is connected to the business account, not the Instagram.
No, no, but this is connected. The reason you can't connect it is because at the moment this has been set up as a business account on the left hand side, right? Um, and it's not connected to you, right? So if you click on professional account up the top, let's just have a look at that, right? So display, so that's all right. Can be reached. Scroll down. Let's click on switch to a business account underneath.
There.
Yep, yep. Switch. Okay. All right. And then go submit. So we want to be a business account. That's all good.
It's
Just
not letting me.
we don't want to be a creator account. Go
It's
submit.
not. It's not. It's grayed out, so it's not.
Okay. Oh, well, that looks like it's already done it. That's possibly why. Maybe the submit is only if you go and change anything else. See now on the left hand side. So by the way, if you just copy the URL up the top for the settings.
Yes.
One thing is having just switched that to the
And you want to paste it in here.
yeah, just paste that in there. I don't know if anything else you've already connected, probably with the Facebook. Just go paste. Um, but then in where were we? Back in Instagram, far right. Um, where did I see? Scroll down on the far left. It's got Account Center. Click on the Account Center at the bottom on the meta part. Right, profiles, Account Center. So where's your business of Facebook account's not there, right? So can I get you to add the business one in there, if it'll let you? Yeah. So just do your password and sign in again. I just might need to click in there. Yep, that's it. Continue. Yeah.
Continue as that. Yep.
Yep. Yep. Something went wrong. You can try use it. Go okay. Try again. So go add account again. Yeah. Continue as. Yeah. Okay, but that's clearly another thing where it was actually done as a creator account too, so that could be part of it. So account settings. So we're in. It's got underneath account settings. Click on accounts. Okay, cafe. Willis and Anderson. Facebook. So I reckon we should. I wonder whether we. One option may be to remove your personal one out of this and actually add it to the business one. But go try doing it from here. Let's try add accounts up the top here. It'll probably get the same outcome, but have one more go. Okay, go okay. But what I'd say to you is, so I see. You've got so this Meta account sharing across process. Click on the manage connected experiences where it's got sharing on the left hand side. It's got sharing across profiles underneath. Yeah. So this is interesting. So it's only got. Yeah. It doesn't like us doing the add account thing. Now that it's a business, I wonder, just out of interest, do another thing for me, maybe. You know how you were saying before your later wasn't enabling you to share? If you go, see the Facebook page, we've got so many things open now, but
In front, yeah.
the one that's just where the Facebook icon is, that one in the middle, yeah, click on that one. I'll get you to go click on the little tree on the far right, your little icon on the far right.
Yeah.
Yeah, click on that. Just go see profiles underneath, yeah. And just go back to you, go Brett. Okay. And then in your security and login on the left-hand side, go security and login underneath. Yeah. And then go business integrations underneath apps and websites. And you've got view and edit in here on the right hand underneath there.
Yeah.
Click on view and edit. Access, okay. Scroll down. Is that all it's got? It says manage your business. Insert connected Instagram. There's a difference between that and what I usually see is all of the you actually can go in and edit them, and all yours has actually got that it's connected, but it doesn't actually show which accounts are connected. Okay. Um, yeah, that's not going to help me, so that can close that. The only thing that I don't think I'm going to. So probably the other thing that we can do. It's good that you've got a case number. That's something. So let's just go to your email where you've got those meta where they've come back and given you a case number and told you what you wanted them to do. It's okay. So this was the most recent one, right?
Yeah.
So maybe So maybe at the top, just up the top for me, just copy that what the headline is. So basically, job number, da da da. Copy. Go back to Basecamp, which yeah, and then just go enter, and then copy the bulk of that email. So at least I can work out what they've actually told you to do.
Yeah, I just want to try and have this sorted before our first meeting. So it's just been a pain.
Yeah, I'm not sure you're going to get that sorted. It looks like it's as I said, in terms of even assigned. So as you say, a copy of a valid government ID, such as current Okay. So at
Right.
this stage, what you said you haven't done that, yeah?
No, so I haven't done anything of this. So I had it there, and
Where,
I'm
so this only came as an email, right? So is it something that, so what you need is a couple of so that's easy enough. You could probably
yeah.
attach that, right? A signed statement in PDF file format, sufficient authority over this matter that includes all of the following: Facebook email, URS, my name is,
So it's just a statement from me. Is it right saying that?
yeah. So all you'd need to do is, so what I'd suggest you do, right, is,
Yeah,
because you've got the same machinery as I've got. If you go to one of these meta ones that actually says people in their roles up the top, right? Uh, yeah, next one. Uh, maybe the is it the suitcase? No, go back on this suitcase one, or
oh, there we go. Some roles
right.
there.
So this is your actual account, right? So at the moment, so when you go into pages, correct. So if you go to pages, I would just take a so I would, if you go file up the top next to Chrome and go print,
Um,
and actually
so
before you do that though, go on people first. Go people,
people, yeah,
and you can see that the only thing at the moment that's sitting in this is your ad. You've got an ad account sitting in there, right? So I would click up the top next to Chrome, go file and go print, and we're going to save it as a PDF. What does it look like? Does it show your name and stuff? Yeah.
yeah.
So okay, so just save that as a PDF, just to your downloads or something.
Okay. Business.
Maybe just write 22, just today's date backwards in front of Meta. Just write
Uh,
22, 22, 23, 230110, isn't it? 230110. I don't know how you save things, but yeah, 230110.
yeah.
Yeah, and then just, I don't know if you've got a socials, maybe
So
put it
how,
into socials or
what's it
something.
called? People. The settings. People.
Yeah, yeah,
Use people.
yeah. Just go save for now. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, and
Yep.
then in if you do the drop down box underneath where it's got that, yeah, click on that, yeah, and then you go. Can't you scroll down further and you can see why can't we see your other ones now? Wasn't it showing your the page as well, right? In that part.
Where were we before? That was in it had
Go
that.
click
That
on,
was
I click on Brett Anderson. Click on Brett Anderson where it's got 3 business accounts, yeah. Which then's gonna, yeah, if you click on that, that's gonna show you then you go
taking
on,
me to
it's
admin.
gone
Yeah.
into ads manager, but that's okay. Just once that finishes spinning, just go to the three the 3 lines above your head there, yeah. Go to business settings next to ads manager. You click back on, it's just going back to Wills and Anderson. On those other meta ones, I think, it's because we're in as, probably because we're not in as the page, right? So then is here what you can do is go to on that one, yep. If you then um,
On that settings there, or
it doesn't sit on. No, because that will just take us to where we were before. So just click on your Willis and Anderson, yeah, and then where did we go? We have to just manage the page where you can then see who the people are, right? So that's the other thing. So if we go manage Facebook page, click back on underneath the sandwich, and it's got manage page, yeah, and switch now on the right hand side, and go manage next to edit on the top there, yeah, and then on the left hand side, I think it's got underneath events, it's got who page access. Click on page access. I'll get you to print that page like you did with the other one.
Print or just save page as?
Well, save page as will probably work, and you just save it as a PDF. But yeah, either way,
Uh,
yeah, portrait's probably right, and you just call it yeah, same as before, 230110 Facebook.
Meta or Facebook?
It's actually Facebook page. It's actually a Facebook new pages managers, new pages managers, because down the bottom of there it shows, yeah, so if you just go save with that, um, and I saw on the left hand, so go to the meta that's open to the left of this, up the top. Yeah. Oh no, sorry, go back to the one we were just on. Go back to the Facebook there. Yeah, go back to Facebook, yeah. Um, just click on settings at the top next to new pages experience up the top left. Got page access, but I think there was something else before that. Linked accounts under notifications. Just click on linked accounts. Connect account. Connect. Confirm. Because it's a business account now, you should be able to sign in. I think we might have just fixed your later issue because they're now connected, I think. I'll review connection again. Just go again to confirm. Yeah, go confirm again. Confirm. It's a bit circuitous. Can't confirm, right? So just actually before you go and click those, just print that page as well, because then this is kind of towards that issue as well, right? Is that you would just say, yeah, can't connect.
Zero, 301.
Just call it Instagram, Facebook connection. Yeah, it's because it's clearly because it's held by somebody else. So just close that. I'm going to in our chat, in the chat, if you want to go back to uh, where by where we are, that one there. Yep. I'm going to give you a want to update so that I can access Instagram, and then I'll have a case number. I'm going to update the password so that we know so that we both know what the password is for Instagram.
Yep.
I'll just put it in here for you. I've got to work out what I would normally do for it first. Hang on a second. 23. We're meeting next Tuesday. All right. 3, 23. Okay. Let's use this. Okay. Let's try that. So maybe just copy it, paste it into Basecamp.
Sorry, where
Copy
is
it
it?
into into chat at the bottom. If you click on chat, which is next to people,
Oh,
one
yeah.
sec, yeah,
Okay.
click on that. You'll see it
Yeah.
there. That whack.
Okay.
And then go back to Basecamp. Just paste it in there. Just new Instagram pass. Maybe put it above all this stuff. Just put it, yeah. So
So I'll put it under there.
yeah, that's it. Yeah, yeah. So while you've got that saved, maybe now go back to Instagram. Top right, is it?
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, actually, and then just maybe instead of having where it's got account center, get rid of all that account center. Just type in Instagram. In
So,
the URL up the top, just go to
uh,
just type in Instagram. Yeah, that's it. Go into yeah, and let's click on the top right. Yeah, I thought we were onto something there when we were trying to link it. So top right, click on that. Go settings. Go login. I know it's not login activity. It's change password on the left hand side underneath professional account. And if you click in there, you should already be able to get that one. So just click on that and then paste in the next two boxes. And then your one should ask you to remember it too. And just go update password over there. So you got that. Yeah. Cool. That looks like it's done it. Then the last thing I'll get you to do is so you've had that come through email only. You've email contacted them, right? She's a support.
sorry.
So it'd be interesting to know whether there's already a support case. So see, normally to get to there, I'll get you to just go to Basecamp now, and so I don't forget, I'll just get you to hit send on that. So I'll get all this stuff then now. So scroll down. It's unusual.
Post.
Yeah, just post this message. It's unusual that I have you posting it to me first. Yeah, but basically, if one last thing, just so I show you how you actually communicate with and see if they've already, and I can see whether we can see that already communication that this project. If you go back to, it's interesting that you had your Meta account with your. I wonder how you communicate. Did you say you communicated with them, or did somebody else do it for you?
No, what happened? My brother was somehow trying to help me, help
Yeah.
me out. And somehow he was clicking, looking for stuff, and ended up setting up uh, a scheduling an appointment to help with ads, to run Facebook ads.
Okay.
And so he booked in an appointment for me, and I'm going, I can't remember why doing this. So I must have clicked something or whatever. And I'd sent him an email saying, hey, look, I'm not sure why this. And they never got back to me. Anyway, they rang me and I said, oh, look. And I found out my brother had done it. I said, look, mate, sorry, but I'm wanting to do, and so I went through the process. I'm wanting to do some ads, but I can't do it because I can't connect. Da da da. And he goes,
Mm.
oh, okay, that's okay. I'll set up I'll make a case for you, and someone will contact you. So then someone contacted me, and then
Okay.
we've gone through. So there's been like a heap of emails back and forth.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe the other thing you can do, that last email that you got, when they emailed, did they email you or did they email you via your brother?
No, email me.
They emailed you. So maybe just forward that email to me as
Yeah.
well. I know
That
you've
email went through because what did I go through? Because I think um, yeah, I can't remember why. I think it's gone through to my Kindred Cafe email, and I can't remember why it's gone through to that, as opposed to Willis and Anderson.
because
Not
that's the other issue you've got, right? Because you've also got that business account set up for Kindred Cafe too, right?
yeah,
Um, is that's yours as well, did you say?
yeah.
Yeah. So I go in there for my business networking and stuff. It's a good little
Oh, through
cafe, that one.
BNI,
What's that? So,
through
um,
BNI, is it?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So
And you're not meeting tomorrow, eh? You don't?
not this week. No, we're meeting in I think our first one's not till February now. So
Yeah, I can't remember who organised. What's the name? The and because we normally cater for that.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Through Kylea or somebody like that,
Oh,
maybe.
yeah, Colette. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
And
yeah. Um,
yeah,
but what I reckon, because that's another thing in terms of the fact that you do have the couple of business managers, and I think you're right to keep them separate. But we should actually see a wheel that sits. Um,
so this other guy here, Trent, he was the
yeah,
one that was helping me out with this. So he's
yeah.
just basically gone through.
So,
Um,
so I reckon just that last email that they sent you for what you do, I reckon I might let you respond to this, right? To your best. We've got those things that you just go forward. Yeah.
yep.
Um, so if you just send that to
Uh,
Steve at Diffy Dify social Dify social.com.au.
it,
Yeah, there we are. That's me. Yep. Just and what I do is maybe just those things you did in the I should have got you to add it to the email, but what I reckon, so you know how you downloaded those three things, right? So you could see where all the business. So maybe just add the file. So at the bottom, just attach those three things you downloaded. You know what I mean? So you actually took a print copy, a PDF copy.
yes, yep, yep, yep. Okay, okay.
So
Um,
let's attach those, and then I'll add it to Basecamp as well. Yeah. But what I reckon hopefully should be enough for them. The other thing that I would just effectively sign those three documents. I think that was what they were asking you to do. And then you might have I don't know if you've got just your ABN certificate or something along those lines that says,
yeah, well, I'll get something to say that, one that I've got a registered business, da da da, and something that it says that I've taken over
yeah,
just the business Willis and Anderson
yeah,
as well.
that's it. So
So,
if you've got all those three things, you should be right. You're actually a bit more advanced on this one than I've had with others. So because this is normally what Google do. Google will usually ask you for a couple of things along these lines,
yeah,
and usually Google will put you back up pretty smartly when you do it. So this is positive. Um, so this is saying, what do you say? We can help
yes.
you and review 24 hours subject to approve. Yeah. So
So they need a past three invoices, billing statements on the ad account that the business owns, and the last four digits of the credit card on the accounts as well. So, um,
do you know where to find that? So
no, not really. So if I go back here, um,
so where had you been advertising? Had you done run some ads before?
well, yeah. So we'd run some through here because they did the other. Um, the previous guys had run some ads through that.
But using Instagram or using Facebook ads, right? So probably it looks like when we went before, remember it took you straight to which the suitcases are usually the ad accounts on the far right.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
actually,
no,
both of those. You can close those two because so we don't confuse them. Just close those two accounts. In your click on those, close that. Go back to the meta one on the far left. And remember when we click on the little drop down box on the left hand side?
oh, what about created? What does that
I
do?
know. So click on that one there.
Yeah.
And your ads, there was an ads account sitting in that Willis and Anderson one. If you click on the little wheel, and again, it just depends on whether that's your actual ad account. But if you go to ad account settings, actually, you probably go to the three lines, the hamburger on the left, just under the bell. You click on that. Where's that gone? What's happened?
Ads.
Yeah, just try ads. Although, so go to settings. So underneath, it's got switch. Go to settings. I see there's no. That's no Facebook or Instagram. So you got ad account settings underneath business settings. It was only an ad account was the only thing sitting in here. I thought. So on the top left, now you can go to those three lines. Yeah. If that click on that. You click on that three all tools and then see how it's got ads manager. Click on ads manager. Okay, so this is where you were running by the looks of the ads. So click on the top on the right hand side. It's got this month. Instead of having this month, go go maximum on the right hand side. Yeah, just go maximum date presets.
Yeah.
Okay, and that will then show you all. So only active accounts, right? Error. Your advertising account has been deactivated. But this was the one you were using, right?
Well, yeah, that was all I assumed so because I said I didn't set it up. The other guys did it, so they were using this through
Okay.
my. Obviously, they logged
Yeah.
on as an admin role, or I'd given them access as an admin role, and they were running the campaigns for me.
So I would again just maybe just take a print
Just
copy again of this.
reactivate,
What's that?
or
Sorry.
should I reactivate account?
Yeah, the only reason it would be deactivated is maybe as a payment didn't go through or something along those lines normally. So just go reactivate.
Should I take a screenshot first?
Yeah, just do a PDF like you did before if it'll PDF properly. See if no, so just yeah, maybe do a screenshot.
Do you know how to do a screenshot from a Mac?
Yeah, Shift Command 4, and then you can drag out the area you want to make. Or if you just want to do the whole page, it's Shift Command 3.
So should I do the whole page or just
Yeah, do the whole page, Shift Command 3.
command?
Yeah.
No, where does that get pasted in the
It'll be on your desktop,
desktop?
basically. So if you drop that down, well, you got to if you bring your cursor to the right quickly, does that? Have you got hot buttons or whatever? Maybe you have to just lower this, as in, yeah, yeah, just bring it down to the orange one, and same with this one, and maybe even this one, and there.
Screenshots.
Yeah,
Where are we?
it'll be that bottom right, maybe. Is that today? Oh no, that was last year. It looks like it's the dates don't seem right, do they?
Oh,
Is it the one? Oh, there it is. It's the one underneath the little red guy. So it's the top one on the yeah, that one
and
there.
then
Drop of
yeah,
that.
I'm saying 228.
Yeah. So just click on. click on that one. So it looks like your timing might be. But then what you can do is you go File, Export As, and then it'll save it as a PDF, and then you can actually,
as PDF.
yeah, and then that way save it to your downloads. Yeah, it looks like it's going to do that. So you go Save Downloads, and then you've got.
What am I calling that? I'll just put in the
Just call your FB ads.
ads.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, now I'm going to go try and reactivate by clicking there. Is that add funding source?
Yeah, so that was possibly why. Was it coming out of your account before?
Yeah, I would have been paying directly for it.
Okay, yeah, so it'll just take you to your settings, then it'll be your payment settings. Yeah, so you just add in. Yeah, I might leave. Do you want me to? You can probably don't need to share this screen with me on
Yeah,
that, so you can. What?
I can do it anyway. That's all
Yeah,
right.